Remember that time the government promised to fix the potholes on your street? Yeah, me too. We're still waiting, right? It's a tale as old as time, or at least as old as our democracy. The promises come thick and fast during election season, but the delivery? Well, that's another story altogether. We see the same potholes, the same broken promises year after year. It's like that friend who always promises to pay you back but never does. You know the one. They look you in the eye, swear on their mother's life, and then, nothing. It's frustrating, isn't it? But when it's the government, the stakes are so much higher. It's not just about a few bucks, it's about our quality of life. Except, in this case, it's our taxes, our future, our whole vibe. We pay our dues, expecting that the money will be used to improve our communities, to build a better future for our kids. But instead we get empty promises and deteriorating infrastructure. It's a betrayal, plain and simple. The sad truth is, this is the story of South Africa. From the bustling urban centers to the quiet townships, the narrative is the same. Promises made, promises broken. And we, the people, are left to pick up the pieces. We've got a government that struggles to deliver on its promises. It's not just about the potholes, it's about trust. Trust that our leaders will do right by us, that they'll use our hard-earned money wisely. But time and again, that trust is shattered. And it's not just about potholes, Brew, it's about the very fabric of our society. When the roads are broken, so are our spirits. When the infrastructure crumbles, so does our faith in the system. It's about basic services, healthcare, education, the works. Imagine waiting hours in an overcrowded hospital or sending your kids to a school with broken windows and no textbooks. Imagine living without reliable access to clean water. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. And yet, they're out of reach for so many. It's enough to make you want to scream, "Wojciech, man!" But hold on, let's unpack this thing. Let's dig deeper into why this is happening. Why, despite all the promises, do we find ourselves in this mess? Let's try to understand why our government can't seem to get its act together. Is it corruption, mismanagement, a lack of accountability, or is it something more systemic, something ingrained in the very fabric of our political landscape? Because let's be real, just shouting at the TV isn't going to fix anything. We need to engage, to hold our leaders accountable, to demand better. It's our right, and it's our responsibility. So, let's start the conversation. Let's make our voices heard. Because change starts with us. To understand where we are, we gotta rewind a bit. South Africa's journey is a complex tapestry woven with threads of struggle, resilience, and hope. It's a story that goes back centuries, marked by colonization, resistance, and a relentless fight for freedom. See, South Africa's history is a bit of a roller coaster ride. From the early days of Dutch and British colonization to the discovery of gold and diamonds, the land has seen its fair share of upheavals. Each era brought its own set of challenges and transformations. Apartheid messed things up big time. For years, the government was designed to benefit only a select few, leaving the majority of South Africans out in the cold. The system was brutal, enforcing racial segregation and economic disparity with an iron fist. Basic services, education, healthcare, all reserved for a privileged few. The majority had to make do with substandard facilities if they had access to them at all. This created a deep chasm in society, one that would take generations to bridge. Then came democracy in 1994. The world watched as Nelson Mandela cast his vote, a symbol of a new beginning. The air was thick with anticipation and the promise of change. Mandela, hope, rainbows. The nation was buzzing with excitement. It felt like a dream come true, a long-awaited dawn after a very dark night. We were all ready for a fresh start. The vision of a rainbow nation where everyone, regardless of race, could live in harmony and equality was within reach. It was a time of immense optimism and collective effort. But dismantling a system as deeply rooted as apartheid, that's not like changing a light bulb, my friend. It's a massive overhaul. The infrastructure, the laws, the societal norms, everything needed to be rethought and rebuilt from the ground up. And let's be honest, the transition wasn't always smooth. There were bumps, setbacks, and moments of disillusionment. The legacy of apartheid left scars that were not easy to heal. We inherited a system riddled with inequality, distrust, and a whole lot of baggage. The journey towards true equality and trust is ongoing, and while we've made strides, there's still a long way to go. But the spirit of resilience and hope remains strong, guiding us forward. Fast forward to today, and we're still battling the ghosts of the past. One of the biggest culprits? Bureaucracy. It's like trying to order a burger at a restaurant with a 100-page menu. By the time you find what you want, you're hangry, frustrated, and ready to just eat the menu. Government departments, they love their paperwork, their procedures, their endless hoops to jump through. It's enough to make your head spin. And don't even get me started on the inefficiency. Things move slower than a snail in a braai competition. But hold up. It gets worse. We can't talk about government inefficiency without mentioning the big C corruption, my friends. It's like a virus, eating away at the very fabric of our society. Politicians lining their pockets, tenders going to their buddies, funds disappearing like Mo-Pain worms at a family gathering. It's enough to make you want to scream, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" This corruption, it's not just a few bad apples, it's systemic. It's so deeply entrenched, it's like trying to get rid of load shedding. We all know the struggle is real. Section 5, mismanaged resources. Where's the money, Lebowski? And then, there's the mismanagement of resources. We've got so much potential in this country, natural resources, talented people, the works. But it's like having a brand new Ferrari and not knowing how to drive. You just end up crashing it into a ditch. Projects stall, money disappears, and the people who need it most are left high and dry. It's like the government is playing a never-ending game of musical chairs with our future. And guess who's left standing when the music stops? Section 6, case in point Eskom and the never-ending blackouts. Need a real-world example? Look no further than Eskom, our beloved power utility, the one that's always leaving us in the dark. Years of mismanagement, corruption, and lack of planning have turned Eskom into a national joke. We even have a word for it now, load shedding. It's like that friend who always says, "I'm 5 minutes away," but then takes 2 hours to arrive. Except in this case, those 5 minutes can turn into hours, even days. Eskom, my friend, you're killing our vibe. Section 7. So, what can we do, taking back our power? So, where does that leave us? In a world that often feels overwhelming, it's easy to feel like our individual actions don't matter. But that's far from the truth. Feeling helpless? Angry? These emotions are valid, but they don't have to paralyze us. Instead, they can be the fuel that drives us to make a change. Ready to pack our bags and head for the hills? Listen, I get it. The urge to escape is strong when faced with daunting challenges, but running away won't solve anything. But here's the thing, giving up is not an option. We have more power than we realize, and it's time to harness it. We can't wait for the government to fix everything. While systemic change is crucial, it often starts with grassroots efforts. We need to take back our power. This means getting involved in our communities, taking initiative, and working together to create the change we want to see. No, I'm not talking about overthrowing the government or anything like that. I'm talking about small, everyday actions that collectively make a big difference. I'm talking about small, everyday actions, holding our leaders accountable, supporting local businesses. These actions strengthen our communities and build resilience. Getting involved in our communities, volunteering for local events, participating in neighborhood cleanups, and supporting local initiatives. Remember that pothole I mentioned earlier? It's a small but perfect example of how we can take action. Maybe instead of just complaining about it, we get together with our neighbors and fix it ourselves. This not only solves the problem, but also fosters a sense of community and shared responsibility. Start small, build momentum, and show the government that we're not just going to sit back and take it anymore. By taking these steps, we can create a ripple effect that leads to larger changes. It's about reclaiming our power, one action at a time. Section 8, a spark of hope, building a better future, brick by brick. Look, I'm not gonna lie, we've got a long way to go, but I believe in us, South Africa. We've overcome bigger challenges before. We're a nation of fighters, of survivors, of people who know how to make a plan. Let's channel that spirit, that resilience, that Ubuntu. Let's build a better future, brick by brick, pothole by pothole. It won't be easy, but hey, nothing worth having ever is. And who knows, maybe one day we'll even be able to laugh about load shedding, maybe.